The 76mm naval gun of OTO Melara, today's Leonardo, has been a standard in many navies for nearly 60 years. Its development began with the Compatto and advanced with the Super Rapido. Today, Davide, Strales and Sovraponte are taking over the flag. As the weapon detective, we're now investigating the OTO Melara 76mm gun and its future. The OTO Melara 76mm gun has been essential for many surface combatants due to its high rate of fire and versatility. Later variants can function as a close-in weapon system. Marketed as the OTO 7660 gun mount, it has been exported widely and used by over 60 navies. By the 1950s, Italy launched an extensive fleet-building program to replace its locally and US-constructed Second World War-era surface combatants. After initial studies, the Italian Navy determined that the 127mm was too heavy and the 40mm was too light for its requirements. Experienced from the First World War favored 76mm guns, Italy had produced the 76mm British QF 12-pounder 12CWT naval gun under license as the Cannone da 7640 Modello 1916 and installed it on many warships. In 1958, OTO Melara developed the 7662 SMP-3 Sovraponte, featuring a vertically mounted twin-barrel design for the Centauro-class frigates. However, its performance was disappointing due to issues with the mounting rather than the gun itself. Following the Navy staff's positive assessment of a new 76mm 62 caliber weapon, OTO Melara began developing the single-barrel 7662 MMI Allargato. Introduced in 1961 during the modernization of the Centauro class, it became the main armament on many vessels, including the helicopter cruiser Vittorio Veneto. Its last examples were mounted on the San Giorgio class landing platform docks, with the lead ship commissioned in 1987. Despite its success, the Allargato was too heavy for smaller vessels under 500 tons. Technological advances in the mid-1960s also enabled higher rates of fire for guns. OTO Melara recognized the new mount's potential in the expanding fast attack craft and missile boat market and began development in 1964. 2 years later, the Israeli Navy expressed interest in the new gun mount named Compatto for its compact design for its Tsar-class vessels. However, initial reports indicated the system was overly complex and unreliable. Despite this, Israel ordered the weapon while it was still in development and joined the research team to address design issues. Israeli engineers identified and resolved over 100 design flaws, resulting in a stable and durable Compatto design. The system was installed on the Italian patrol boat Fulmine, which proved successful. Serial production of the gun began in 1969. Japan and Spain manufactured the Compatto under license. The USA also produced its modified version, the Mark 75. OTO Melara occasionally manufactured this variant for warships built in US shipyards for export. The water-cooled barrel includes a tube and liner with one turn in 30 calibers, a small multi-hole muzzle brake, and a fume extractor. The original Compatto mount and its successor, the Super Rapido, feature an airtight spherical glass fiber reinforced plastic shield designed mainly for weather protection, not defense. The large rear inspection hatch can be configured for emergency gunfire control. OTO Melara later transitioned to producing an angle turret with stealth capabilities. The recoil mechanism uses two hydraulic recoil brakes and a gas recuperator. Ammunition feeding is automatic. The system is operated from the console in the CIC. Its turning and elevation speeds are 70 and 40 degrees per second, respectively. 3 loaders and 1 commander are stationed below deck to manage ammunition supply. Ready-to-use ammunition is stored in a revolving feed magazine around the mount's trunk, typically holding 70 rounds, with an additional 10 rounds in the upper mounting and screw feeder. The gun can be equipped with an alternative feeding system to increase ammunition capacity based on user requirements. It has a vertically sliding breech and the firing pin is released electromagnetically to initiate the firing cycle. When a new round is chambered, the cartridge case aligns with a dispenser tube beneath the barrel and is ejected through the gun shield onto the deck. The rate of fire is adjustable from 10 to 85 rounds per minute. The gun fires OTO Melara's conventional high-explosive, multi-role, and semi-armor-piercing rounds. Designed specifically for the CIWS roles, the high-explosive preformed auto-munition, or HEP-FOM, contains 731 grams of explosive and 1.5 kilograms of tungsten alloy cubes. The semi-armor-piercing auto-munition extended range, or SAPAMA round, has a range of 20,000 meters. The Vulcana 76 munition extends the maximum range to 40,000 meters. It uses inertial navigation and GPS guidance during the cruise phase, then switches to infrared or semi-active laser guidance in the terminal phase for improved accuracy. The 76mm Compatto measures 7.04 meters in length, 2.92 meters in width, and 2.19 meters in height. Its unloaded weight is 7.5 tons, including off-mount equipment. The 76mm 62 caliber gun has a maximum range of 16,000 meters with standard munition. The rate of fire is 85 rounds per minute. The elevation of the 76mm Compatto ranges from -15 to +85 degrees. Although it set the 76mm as a new standard for many navies, the Compatto suffered from vibration that reduced accuracy, negatively affecting its performance in CIWS roles. Consequently, in the mid-1980s, OTO Melara began developing the Super Rapido. As you might guess, the name comes from the Super Rapid, with an impressive dispersion of 0.3 milliradians at 1000 meters. Sea trials took place on the Odache-class destroyer Ardito in April 1988. 1 year later, the Royal Danish Navy's multi-role patrol ship HTMS Flyvefisken became the first operational vessel equipped with this new variant. The Super Rapido shares its design and dimensions with the Compatto, but is 400 kilograms heavier. It also includes upgraded hydraulic motors for the feed and hoist systems, titanium rocker arms, and a redesigned feeder device, and a loading tray with reduced travel distance for faster operation. The Super Rapido can fire up to 135 rounds per minute, but tests indicate that this rate sharply reduces barrel life. OTO Melara therefore recommends a maximum of 120 rounds per minute for safety. Capable of firing the OTO 3AP munition, which features a multifunctional programmable fuse, the Super Rapido is also produced under license in India. Because upgrading the Compatto to Super Rapido standards is not possible, the IRAF kit was developed. Named for improved rate of fire, it increases the firing rate to 100 rounds per minute. In 1985, Italy and the UK launched a joint program for the 76mm Correcto guided munition, but ended it due to unresolved complexity of the project and reliability issues. OTO Melara resumed development in 2004. After the Italian Navy ordered the Davide variant, serial production began in 2008. The export version is called Strales. Davide and Strales mean David and roughly arrows respectively. India has also produced the gun under license. The Davide Strales uses dart-guided ammunition for CIWS roles. Named for driven ammunition reduced time of flight, the projectile contains a 42mm submunition with canard fins for maneuvering up to 40 G. The tail section features 6 fixed fins and a radio receiver. The Dart-F fire control radar receives target data and transmits it to the munition through a Ka-band broadcast data link. The projectile leaves the barrel with a muzzle velocity of 1,200 meters per second. Its 2.5 kg warhead contains tungsten cubes and the 3A millimetric wave proximity fuse, effective for low-level engagement up to 2 meters above the sea. The dart's maximum effective range is 8,000 meters. Existing Super Rapido mounts can be upgraded to Davide Strales standards. OTO Melara's offer for the 76mm AD ship-based non-penetrating variant of the automatic turret without a radar system did not generate market interest. In the 2010s, the company developed another non-penetrating version, the 7662 Sovraponte, which the Italian Navy selected for its new Town de Revel class offshore patrol vessels. The new compact mount features a low radar cross-section and is about 30-40% lighter than the Super Rapido. Its barrel is also jacketed for stealth. The Sovraponte, meaning overdeck, holds 76 ready-to-fire rounds in the turret. OTO Melara also offers a below-deck loading mechanism option for mounting. For dart munition use, the fire control radar can be installed at the front of the barrel if desired. Leonardo is also marketing the land-based variant of the Sovraponte. The OF-40-based Otomatic and the B-1 Centauro-based Draco self-propelled anti-aircraft gun systems are the land-based applications of OTO Melara's 76mm gun. Another derivative is the South African Rooikat's GT4 rifled gun. As they could not acquire the Compatto, Iran and North Korea produced their own reverse-engineered versions. Even though they were not subject to export restrictions, South Korea and Turkey developed their own 76mm mountings similar to OTO Melara's instead of sourcing from Italy. The primary reason why was the slow delivery timeline. South Korea and Turkey are currently undertaking large-scale naval shipbuilding projects not only for domestic use but also for export. As seen in the SAR-6 project of the Israeli Navy, OTO Melara could not deliver the gun quickly. Using did not in this sentence might be more precise than could not. Since the Italian company wants to switch its production to the Strales and Sovraponte, and Italy and France have a sort of priority over other buyers, receiving new Super Rapidos have been difficult day by day. South Korea and Turkey, which have sufficient domestic and foreign market volume to produce their own mountings, have not wanted to wait any longer. Aggressive marketing of the Strales and Sovraponte has also benefited the Bofors 57mm gun. This smaller caliber Swedish weapon offers a slightly shorter effective range than the 76mm but allows for greater ammunition capacity. This comparison does not account for Sapame and Vulcan ammunitions. The Italian gun retains advantages as many countries maintain large 76mm ammunition stocks. Transitioning to 57mm would create short and medium-term logistical challenges. The 76mm still provides greater destructive power and a longer range, even though it is only slightly more than the 57mm. A key advantage is that the latest variants can fire the dart munitions. Supersonic and hypersonic anti-ship missiles, along with swarm drone attacks, pose a serious threat to modern navies. Intercepting them from as far away as possible has become essential. Despite its high rate of fire, the Mark 15 Phalanx, with a 1.5 km effective range, is no longer effective against such threats, especially the hypersonic missiles. If this CIWS even manages to hit one of them, the spread debris would still damage the ship within this short distance. Today, the new 35mm and 40mm CIWSs are becoming increasingly popular for this reason. The second option is to use an RIM-116 RAM-like system. It can intercept the threat at a range of 8 to 9 km with high accuracy. However, the RAM can launch only one missile every 3 to 4 seconds, which is inadequate against saturation attacks. Additionally, after several launches, smoke and heat around the launcher and flight path reduce the homing system's effectiveness. The Dart offers a similar effective range and a higher rate of fire, creating a broader bullet wall that makes it a cost-effective and efficient solution against swarm and saturation attacks. The 76mm gun can also be effective against unmanned surface vessels and small boats. It preserves its potential for land and surface attacks. Many Super Rapidos can easily be upgraded to Strales standards. Additionally, Sovraponte's non-piercing design enables the mounting to be integrated onto a warship without requiring a comprehensive overhaul. Despite the US Navy's shift toward 57mm guns and missile systems, such as the RAM, the 76mm gun appears to have a promising future. It is likely to remain as a leading choice until high-energy weapons such as laser guns become widely available or electromagnetic railguns are realized. Thanks for watching our video. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to be notified of our new videos. For more contents like this, please consider clicking the join button to support our channel. And as always, we would greatly appreciate all of your likes, comments and shares.